Hello everybody, welcome back to the TEW Save here on the channel. This is the Friday, August 22 episode of Friday Night SmackDown, and this is episode 38, I believe, as The Rock is going to open the show. But before I get into the SmackDown side of things, just some in the Save updates for anybody interested in what's happening outside of WWE in the Save. Diamond Dallas Page just announced that he is retiring and leaving the business, so I will not be able to bring him in as a manager, as a personality, or a road agent, or anything like that. So best of luck to DDP in this save, in this universe, I guess. And the same goes to former WWE ECW legend Kevin Thorne, otherwise known as a superstar to many. But he was Mordecai, so definitely an interesting character, but he is retiring from in-ring competition in this save. And then for any AEW fans, Chris Statlander did not beat Tony Storm, beat Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship, and has already defended it in a rematch. So yeah, just some updates for what's going on in the universe in this save, for anybody that's interested in that. But The Rock opens the show talking about Cody Rhodes, and he invites Cody out to the ring. And he tells Cody that he respects the balls he had to reject his offer and not sell his soul. But he warns Cody, it's still a mistake, because The Rock will get both the WWE Championship and Cody's soul, whether Cody likes it or not. And if Cody doesn't want to sell it, he'll make sure that there is no soul left after he's done with him. And Drew McIntyre is just the beginning for what The Rock has planned for Cody. For an 82, which 86 for the part 1, 95 for part 2. Were there any penalties? I wonder. The commentary, I guess, the low heat hurts it a little bit. But I guess, yeah, that'll help the storyline gain heat, I suppose. So they both do a great job without a script, and the commentary struggles a little bit, I suppose. Oh well. But our first match in this now 3-hour SmackDown, which, by the way, if you did not watch the NXT episode, NXT and SmackDown in this save are now going to be 3 hours long, and that'll just make it easier for me to book everyone that I want to book and do the same level of episodes each time, just with a different roster every episode. Obviously, I think that'll just make it easier for me to book everyone, and it'll make it so the episodes aren't a Raw is going to be 10 minutes longer than an NXT episode or a SmackDown episode. So now they're all going to be similar story-wise. Anyways, our first match on this 3-hour SmackDown is Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair. Obviously, last week, Nia Jax was the main reason that Charlotte and Alexa lost their tag team titles, and Charlotte's looking for revenge. So Nia uses her size, and Charlotte uses her experience, and neither woman has the upper hand. So Nia Jax just goes to the outside of the ring, grabs the chair by the announce desk, and whacks Charlotte in the back, causing a disqualification victory for Charlotte Flair. And yeah, they brawl at ringside until road agents come break them up. And a 35 for Nia and a 50 for Charlotte. And this match gets a 48, and they don't click at all. They were both off their game, even though Nia was in amazing form. Yikes. I will not be... Okay, this was going to be like a rivalry, and might have to change that. I'm not thrilled with a 48 whatsoever, but I'm glad. I mean, yikes, very yikes. Not happy with that at all. This was a storytelling match, so that hurts the rating a little bit, obviously, as it was a DQ finish. Man, they don't click at all. Okay, so I think I'll end this storyline and have Nia face someone else, and have Charlotte do something. Okay, I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, after that, we go backstage after that rough match. Sami Zayn is walking backstage when he's attacked. I wrote attacking. He's attacked by Tonga Loa. And Solo Sikoa walks up and tells Sammy to stop bringing his other family members into their situation. This is between me and you, Sammy. Me and the MFT versus just you. So Solo wants the numbers game all to himself. He doesn't want Sammy to get the numbers on his side, obviously getting his Jacob and Jimmy and Roman into the mix. For 59, which is fine. Bloodline storyline loses heat a little bit, but this sets up my plan for these two. I think I'm excited for where this storyline's going. And after that, we have the next tag team match, DIY versus Fraxium, where the winner will face Andrade and Rey Fenix in next week's SmackDown to become the top tag team contenders here on SmackDown. And near the end of this match, the ref is checking on Gargano outside of the ring. He looks hurt. Ciampa, he's weak in the ring, and Axiom is setting up Golden Ratio. He's climbing up to the top rope. And Candice jumps onto the ring apron and pushes Axiom off right into an uppercut from Ciampa that knocks Axiom right out cold. And, Gargano tells the ref to get back in the ring. Ciampa goes for the cover for 1, 2, 3. DIY. Get the victory. 58 for the wrestling, 44 for the crowd, 62 for the match. So fairly happy with that. Great bonuses for their tag team chemistry, obviously. 55 for Ciampa, 62 for Gargano, 60 for Frazier, 56 for Axiom. And the Wyatt 6 storyline gains heat. So some good matches. Very happy with that. And DIY will be facing Andrade and Rey Fenix next week. After that match, Damian Priest is backstage talking to Nick Aldis when their conversation is interrupted by the Street Profits. And Damian tells him, wait in line, I'm talking to Nick right now. And Montez Ford tells Damian, being a horrible former champion doesn't mean he can just go to the front of the line. Nick Aldis tells them, good way to cool off would be to get in the ring. So, just needed another match on this card, and I threw Montez Ford and Damian Priest in the ring together. And Damian Priest defeats Montez Ford in 11 minutes with a South of Heaven chokeslam. And I told them to steal the show. They definitely did a great job of that. Got the crowd buzzing. 55 for Montez Ford, 64 for Damian Priest, 60 for the crowd and the wrestling, 67 for the match. And very, very happy with that. Priest's physical condition. A little bit too long, 11 minutes for them, but not the end of the world. I told them to steal the show, get a good rating for me, and I'm glad I put this match into the show. After that, Megan Morant is backstage asking Zelina Vega for her thoughts on the recent, Julia Open Challenge, anyone but Zelina Vega situation, when suddenly the interview is crashed by Lacey Evans, who grabs the microphone and says, well, Sugar, Zelina and Kiana are running their mouths. The real star just walked right in. This division clearly forgot who wears the crown. I'm back to remind every little wannabe queen that Southern royalty don't ask for attention, it takes it. For 53, Lacey Evans has returned to WWE, and we will be keeping her away from Becky Lynch. I think they have some real life heat if I am paying attention to the news correctly, but I'm not sure. Southern Belle gimmick is very good. Don't want her in too long of matches, which is fine by me. And Lacey Evans entering the women's mid-card division here on SmackDown. But after that segment, Chelsea Green looks to get her Secret Hervis a tag team title shot in a match against Mickie James. And Secret Hervis and Trish Stratus are at ringside for this match. Mickie looks to still be, dealing with some ring rust in this match, and Alba Fire yells at her, causing her to turn around, to respond to Alba Fire, only for Chelsea Green to go for a roll-up and get the victory for a 48, which is fine. 42 for Mickie, 44 for Chelsea Green. I'm actually not devastated by that at all. It says that the storyline lost heat. I just changed the Allies of Convenience storyline name to Green Regime. It's basically the women's tag storyline. So 48 for this match. I'm happy with that. 43 for the wrestling, 44 for the crowd. Chelsea Green getting the victory, and potentially Secret Hervis up the ranks in the women's tag team division. After that match, Roman Jacob, and Jimmy are all backstage talking when they're interrupted by Kit Wilson, of all people, who says, you guys should keep your family issues private. And Roman tells Jimmy Uso to take care of Kit Wilson, so that match will be next. 74 for the segment. Obviously, people love all three of these guys, and Kit Wilson is here too. And this match gets a 60. You know what? Fine by me. 44 for Kit Wilson, 59 for Jimmy Uso. Jimmy wins in 8.5 minutes with a super kick. 52 for the wrestling, 52 for the crowd, 60 for the match. It's a decent enough match. I'm happy with it. And yeah, after that, Tiffany Stratton is in an interview backstage and says, she's not afraid of Ronda Rousey. She's ready to defend her title in Paris. And Ronda crashes the interview, throws Tiffany into some bleachers, or telling her, this is just a taste of the pain that she'll feel in Paris after losing her precious title. For a 68, which happy with that. We have brought Kayla Braxton back to be an interviewer on SmackDown. Very good. Happy with that. And yeah, I am realizing now that I did 2 interview ambushes, but I don't know. They work. It's fun. After this segment, Julia continues her Anybody But Zelina Vega Open Challenge again this week, and waits for an opponent to come out when the call is answered by Michin, who has B-Fab coming out with her, supporting her in this match. So we'll have Michin versus Julia for the Women's United States Championship. And Julia dishes out some punishment to Michin, but Michin fights back. Gets enough momentum for a cover, but Julia swipes at Michin's eyes when the ref can't see. And Julia gets a hard headbutt to stagger Michin back before going for her finisher to win the match for a 67. Awesome. Yeah, Julia in 11 minutes with a diving crossbody makes her 3rd defense of the Women's United States title. 53 for Michin, 65 for Julia. Just getting Julia out there, giving her a better reign than a certain Booker did in real life. 67 I'm happy with. It's fine. After that, Alexa Bliss comes out to announce that, now that she doesn't have a title to defend, she can officially start her maternity leave, and promises to come back stronger than ever for a 76. I just told her to go out there and speak from the heart, and that's what she did. So, obviously, it sucks. I would have loved to book Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, and in the save, she got pregnant. So there's nothing I can do. I guess I could probably edit that, but I don't want to do that. I want all injuries and in-universe events to happen naturally as they do. So I don't want to. I want a little bit of a challenge, even though this is just fantasy booking, and yeah, I want a little bit of a challenge. So we won't be using Alexa Bliss for quite a while. But yeah, after that, Santos Escobar comes out to the ring to find out which AAA wrestler he will be taking on tonight. And the crowd is excited to find out who it is as El Hijo del Vikingo comes out. And yeah, these two, I told them to do a high spots match, so they'll go all out with lots of counters and springboards and near falls, and Vikingo will get the crowd going wild because he's got his crazy aerial moves that he does, and Santos Escobar can target his knee to slow him down, and as Vikingo sets up for a top rope finish, Santos Escobar gets the ref's attention to distract him from the fact that Electro Lopez just shoved Vikingo from the turnbuckle just as he was about to leap off it, and Escobar capitalizes with this with a rope hung Phantom Driver, and he goes for the cover for 1, 2, 3, and yeah, Santos Escobar, 62 for this match. He gets the victory, and I guess it was a bridging German suplex. And yeah, I brought Electro Lopez back. Escobar was off his game, I guess. Vikingo gets a 61. Happy enough with that. A 62 is a good match. And yeah, I guess Electro Lopez's gimmick is the same as what it was. I don't know if it's adequate or whatever, but she's back. I signed her again. I'm undoing a lot of the WWE cuts, as money is not. I'm not all about profits in this save. I'm all about fantasy booking, and more people on the roster, the more fun I can have. So yeah. Afterwards, Legado del Fantasma, they're posing over Vikingo, and Elektra Lopez is outside the ring just talking trash to the crowd. But yeah, after that match, a fun high flying match. Which let's see, did we get any well suited to this style of match for Vikingo? And just the stamina was a little bit of an issue for Escobar. I mean, 10-minute match, you'd think it wouldn't be too much of an issue, but oh well. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. AAA Vikingo showcase. Drew McIntyre comes out to the ring to complain that he hasn't yet signed a contract to face Cody Rhodes in Paris. He got The Rock's blessing. So Nick Aldis comes out and explains to Drew that, The Rock's blessing isn't enough. You can't just keep giving Drew chance after chance if Drew's attitude hasn't improved. And Drew McIntyre, he's furious. He marches over to Nick Aldis. He threatens him. And Aldis warns him, any attack against me will lead to no title shot, and you, Drew McIntyre, will be indefinitely suspended. So, Drew McIntyre, he backs off a little bit. He starts walking towards backstage, but he pauses, turns back around, and hits Nick Aldis with a Claymore. And he is like, you know what, Nick Aldis, suspend me forever. It doesn't matter what you do. This whole establishment is out to get me, and I'm over it. Drew McIntyre is pissed for a 74. He has Claymored Nick Aldis and obviously gotten himself suspended indefinitely. And yeah, I'm happy enough with that segment. The commentary is struggling a little bit today. Oh well. Our final match of the night sees Randy Orton get his singles opportunity facing off against Logan Paul. And I told him to do a slow build type of match, like an 18-minute match. And Orton controls the pace early, while Logan, he's using his escapes and his quick movements. He's staying in it. He's getting out of it. Being a, runaway heel. I don't know. It's Logan Paul. People don't like him. After a couple near falls, Logan, he's getting a little bit more desperate. He can't brag to Randy Orton about how Randy Orton can't beat him if he loses to Randy Orton, right? So he pulls out the brass knuckles. I guess he had them in his pocket. And the referee's knocked down from accidental contact earlier. And Logan blasts Randy Orton with the brass knuckles, just a punch, and then follows with a frog splash. But the ref looks over, sees the brass knuckles on his hand as he's doing the cover, and he calls for the bell, awarding a disqualification victory to Randy Orton, which Logan is furious with. He earned that. The ref didn't even see him punch Randy with the. It's a whole mess. Logan is pissed. Randy is still knocked out, and yeah, we go to commercial as Logan is pleading with the ref to get this overturned. Randy Orton with a 76, 66 for Logan, 71 for the wrestling, 77 for the crowd, 74 for this match. I gave it a creative finish as well, and they have great chemistry, which is awesome. So looks like we will be continuing this feud. Obviously, no, the Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair match did not go as planned, but this one, a great main event. But it's not the main segment of the night. As John Cena comes out, thanks the crowd for coming out, and to end the show, he hopes that all of the crowd here is able to make it to NXT Heatwave tomorrow, support the future of this business. But he's also here for some business of his own, and he tells Miz to come on out. He's got an offer for the Miz, and he says that the Miz clearly wants a match, so he'll sign the contract to face him in Paris, but he wants a stipulation. If John Cena wins, then the Miz has to leave Carmelo Hayes alone. Carmelo and Miz can't team anymore. Carmelo Hayes will be free. And Miz is like, you know what? I want something if I win. I want to retire you, John Cena. And Cena accepts. So Cena offers to retire early if he loses, but Carmelo Hayes will leave The Miz if John Cena wins for a 78 to end the show. And yeah, I just had Carmelo Hayes there in the background, you know, in the background. But yeah, that will be the show that gets us a 75, which may be a weaker show than we've been doing, but it's a 3-hour SmackDown, so it was bound to be a little bit weaker, obviously, as we get some of the lower card guys on the show. But I think it's important to get those lower card guys on the show, as we got to push up the younger stars in the future of this business. But yeah, as a recap, Charlotte Flair and Nia Jax have a rough match, which Charlotte wins by DQ. DIY advances to face Andrade and Rey Fenix in the tag team top contenders kind of mini tournament that we're doing. Damian Priest beats Montez Ford in just a one-off match that we were doing. Chelsea Green potentially gets her Secret Service a tag team title shot. And Jimmy Uso has a decent match with Kit Wilson in another one-off match. And let's go to the top here. Julia continues her No Zelina Vega U.S. title open challenge and beats Michin after defeating Candice LeRae last week. And Santos Escobar uses a returning Electra Lopez to defeat Vikingo. Drew McIntyre gets himself suspended indefinitely, and Randy technically gets a DQ victory. Logan Paul was not happy about it. And then the Cena stipulation. Something else that I forgot to highlight was the Rock and Cody segment, and then obviously Tonga Loa ambushing Sami Zayn. But 75 is fine. I'm happy with that. I hope you guys enjoyed. Your guys' opinion matters more than the show rating, game ratings, obviously. So yeah, let me know what feuds you want to see in the comment section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel to see more TEW content. I'll see you guys in the next episode for a PLE. I think this is our first PLE since I've returned, besides the real life Survivors SummerSlam. But yeah, NXT Heatwave will be the next episode. I'll see you there. Goodbye.